Today we are going to continue our study of graphing, designing cosine, but this time we are going to study about the phase shift and the vertical shift. So we have here, number 1, we have y is equal to 3 sine of 2x. We will use the degrees, 360 degrees instead of 2 pi, but they are the same. You can convert degrees into radians or radians into degrees by using this formula. Pi, this one is in radians, 180 degrees. So you just multiply degrees, your degrees by pi radians over 180 degrees, and you have your unit in radians. To convert radians into degrees, so we have radians here. We just invert 180, this was times plus 180 degrees, and then your pi is here. So your unit here is in degrees. So we have here radians, degrees. So that is the conversion if you want to change radians into degrees or degrees into radians. So here class, instead of using 2 pi, I am going to use 360 degrees for the period. So first, we determine the amplitude. The amplitude is the distance of our highest point from the principal axis, up and down. Up is A, down is A. So our A here class, or the amplitude, here is the numerical coefficient of sine or cosine. So we have 3 here. So here we have 1, 2, 3. So we're going to start here, or maybe somewhere here, and then 1, 2, 3. So that is the amplitude. Now we get the period. Period is, if we are going to use degrees, then this one is 360 degrees. If we are going to use the radians, we have 2 pi divided by the b here. And the b here is the numerical coefficient of x, which is the 2 here. Okay, so here is 360 degrees, and then divided by 2 because our b, I'm going to put here class that our b is 2. Okay, so we divide this by 2, and we have 180 degrees, and that is the period, meaning one cycle from here up to here of our wave is 180 degrees only, half of 360. So after that one, we don't have the phase shift yet. We don't have the vertical shift also. So we have only the amplitude and the period. So we are not shifting our wave to the right or maybe up or down. Not just to the left, that's negative. So let us divide, that is from 0 because we are not shifting it, 0. So this one is in degrees class. Degrees. This line, the principal axis. So let us divide that one into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the end of our period. From here up to is one period, but our period is 180 degrees. So I'm going to write here 180 degrees. That is pi in radians. And then here, half of the 180 is 90 degrees. And then this one is half of 90 degrees, which is 45 degrees. And then 90 plus 180 is 170. And this one is 135 degrees. 45, 90, 135, and 180 degrees. This one is one period from here up to here. Now, this one is sine. For sine, it will intersect this half of the period, but not here and on the 135, not there. Unlike the cosine, cosine intersects the 45 and 135, but not the 90. So here, from here, we know that that one is positive. Positive meaning we are going here up. If this was negative 3 sine, then we are going to use here. We are going down. Instead of going up, we go down from the 0 also. So here, let us put the point here. So here, so up and down. So we have here and up here. Okay, so we have here 45 here, and then 135 here, and then there. Now let us graph. So our graph will be here, and curve it, passing through that one, and so from here up to here is our period of 180 degrees, and that is our graph for number 1. Okay, let's have number 2 class, where y equals to cosine of x minus 1. Class, careful of the x here, which is inside the parentheses, and the one is outside. This one is different if you are going to write that one. Y equals to cosine x minus 1. This one is different from this equation. In this equation, class, the negative 1 here is the vertical shift, while if the negative 1 is inside the parentheses, it will become the phase shift. So careful of the parentheses if that number is inside or outside. Or sometimes the negative 1 can be placed before the 2 here. It could be y is equal to negative 1 plus 2 cosine x. It can be in that form. So take note of that. So first we determine A, the amplitude. And the amplitude is the numerical coefficient of our function. So this is 1 is positive. So we have 2 here. So it means from the principal axis, 2 up, 1, 2, and 2 down. 1, 2. Okay. But we have the vertical shift. This one is the D. Okay. So we put here the D, which is negative 1. This one is the vertical shift. Meaning we are going to shift our axis. If that is negative 1, then we go down 1. That is now our new principal axis and not the 0 anymore. So here, this one is our 0, 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 3. So we are going to shift our y here to negative 1. So the negative 1 here will be our axis now. And then we will use the amplitude 2 from here. Count 1, 2. So this one is our 2. And 1, 2. So we have positive 1 and negative 3. After that one, we can draw the 1 there because we are going to use that one. So here, okay. So we will use this one. This one is our new axis, and this one is below our new axis. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Don't mind anymore the 0 because we have shifted already. Then after that one, we get the period. So you can use 2 pi or just use a 360 degrees. And that is over the b. And what is the b here? I'll put the b here. That is the numerical coefficient of x, which is 1. So this is 1. So we are going to divide this by 1. So our period is 360 degrees. Then we divide this into 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we write our period here, which is 360 degrees. Half of that one is this. So this is 180 degrees. And half of 180 is 90 degrees. They're all degrees. And this one is 270 degrees. Okay. Now this is our 0. And that one is at 360. Period is 360 degrees. Now we are going to graph now. This one is cosine. We don't start here because that is cosine. If that is sine, we can start here. Okay, so we start here because that one is positive. If that one is negative, then we start here. Okay, so let's have this one, the new axis, which is 1, not the 2. Okay, so this one will pass here. For cosine, it will pass on the first part, but not on the middle. So this one we will have here. We'll hit this one. And 170 will again pass that one. And the 360 it will pass there. But not the 360. So let's graph now. From here, positive. So we have that one. 70, and then this one is the maximum. So from here up to here is one period, which is 360 degrees, and this is our graph for this function. Okay, let's have number 3. We have y equals negative sine, and then in parenthesis x minus 40 degrees plus 1. So let's have first the amplitude. So our amplitude here, class A, is 1 because we don't see anything here. So our amplitude is 1. After the amplitude, let's find the B. So our B here is the numerical coefficient of x here. We don't have a number here, therefore we look here, and that is 1. Okay, that is our B. And where do we use the B? We use that one to find the period. So the formula for period is 360 or 2 pi over B. So let us use this. So here we have 360 degrees over B, which is 1. So our period is 360 degrees. And after that one, we have the one. What is that one? Which is the D. D is the vertical shift, which is positive 1, meaning from the principal axis 0, we will go up. It will be shifted up. So let's have the axis here. We have here the 0. This is our old principal axis because we need to shift that one vertically upward by 1. So where's the one here? This is the one, and this is our new axis. This one. Okay, so finished. And then what is the amplitude? The amplitude is 1, so we go up 1 here and down on the old one. So we have here this one. We have, I'm going to put the red one here maximum point in our wave or in our graph, and here is the lowest. Okay, this is our lowest here, and here is the neutral or the new axis, the principal axis now. And then after that one, we need to find the phase shift, and the phase shift here, class, is this one. So if you are going to solve for that, so x is minus 40 degrees is equal to 0. We solve for x. X is equal to 40 degrees positive. So it means that our line, the y, will be shifted 40 degrees to the right. There. So let's have first the old one, in which our period is 360. So we have the 0 here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fourth one is our 360 degrees. For the new one, it is also 360 degrees, but it is shifted to the right by 40 degrees. So we are going to have first the old one. So we have 360, we have 180 here, and half of 180 is 90 here, and plus 90 is 270 degrees here. Now we are going to locate the 40. Where's the 40? Half of 90, somewhere here, is the 45. So we assume that the 40 degrees is somewhere here. So this one is our 0. It's 0 for this one, and that one is 40 degrees here. 40 degrees. And we are going to divide that one with the same distance. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then another one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. So our 360 degrees is here. On the upper part, in the upper part, the 360 degrees is here, while the 0 is here. It is shifted. So this one is 180 here. This one is 90 here. Okay, 360, half of that one is 180, and then 90, and then 0. But you can see here, class, that we have the 360 here on the old one, in which the 0 is here, and the other one is plus 40. This one is plus 40. It is shifted 40 degrees to the right. Therefore, this one is our F40 here. Then we add the period. We add the period of 360 degrees. Therefore, this one is 400 degrees. Okay, this is 400 and the old one, 400. Half of that one will be here is 400 plus 40. 440 divided by 2 is 220 degrees. It will be here, 220. And 220 plus 40 is 260. So this one is 150. And then 400 plus 220 is 660. So we have 330 here. So the 330 is here. The 220 is here. The 130 is here. Now we can graph down. To graph, that one is sine. Instead of going up, we go down. And for sine, that will intersect the middle or center here. For 90, because we are going down, so here. And then here, it will be up here, it's there. So when we graph it, so we have this one, okay, and then to the center there, and then to the 400 or 360 there. And that is the graph of our function sine here. So the intersection of this one, 40 degrees, This one is 130 degrees. That one is 220 degrees. That one is 330 degrees. And that one is 400 degrees. 400, 330, 220, 130, and 40 degrees.